Welcome back, my friends, to The Chosen's Blended Harmony of the Gospel. I'm Nancy. This is Mandy. We are on day 25, part 3, Lessons on Discipleship. Let's look at lessons on discipleship from Luke 17. He said to his disciples, "Offenses will certainly come, but woe to the one through whom they come. It would be better for him if a millstone was hung around his neck, and he were thrown into the sea, than for him to cause one of these little ones to stumble. Be on your guard. If your brother sins, rebuke him, and if he repents, forgive him. And if he sins against you 7 times in a day, and comes back to you 7 times, saying, 'I repent,' you must forgive him." The apostles said to the Lord, "Increase our faith." "If you have faith the size of a mustard seed," the Lord said, "you can say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and be planted in the sea,' and it will obey you. Which one of you, having a servant tending sheep or plowing, will say to him when he comes in from the field, 'Come at once and sit down and eat'? Instead, he will tell him, 'Prepare something for me to eat, get ready and serve me while I eat and drink. Later, you can eat and drink.' Does he thank the servant because he did what he was commanded? In the same way, when you have done all that you were commanded, you should say, 'We are unworthy servants. We've only done our duty.'" Okay, let's go back and look at this. He's talking about lessons of discipleship. He said to the disciples, "Offenses will certainly come, but woe to the one through whom they come." So first of all, he's letting us know offenses are going to come, so we shouldn't be surprised when we get offended for sharing the gospel, because he says right there, offenses are going to come. But he says, woe to the one through whom they come. It would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and were thrown into the sea, than for him to cause one of these little ones to stumble. So he's saying there that we don't want to cause anyone to stumble. He could be talking about the little ones, like the children, but also I think little ones in their faith, somebody who's new to their faith, we don't want to cause them to stumble. It says it'd be better if a millstone's around your neck and you're tossed into the sea and drown. So let's make sure that we're always bringing people to Jesus and not causing them to be pushed away. Then he says, be on guard. If your brother sins, rebuke him, and if he repents, forgive him. It's so clear and easy right there. If your brother sins, rebuke him, point out his sin, and if he says that he's sorry, then forgive him. It's so easy, but so often we don't do that, right? We don't want to forgive someone. We think, well, I forgave them the other day or whatever. I don't want to keep forgiving, but it's just so simple. If someone says they're sorry, we need to forgive them. And then he says, if he sins against you 7 times in a day and comes back 7 times and says, I repent, you must forgive him. That can be kind of hard, right? I mean, 7 is a lot of times in a day to forgive someone, but he's saying that if they come and they are genuinely repentant and ask for forgiveness, that we need to forgive them 7 times without any question. And then the apostle said, increase our faith. So he gives this example. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, the Lord said, you can say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and be planted in the sea, and it will obey you. And I just love this example. I mean, a mustard seed is like the tiniest of seeds possible. It is such a tiny seed. But when you plant it, I mean, it can grow up and it can spread out, and the birds of the air can come and make their nests in it. And so it's providing nests, it's providing shade, it's doing a good thing from just a tiny, tiny seed. And in this verse here, he's talking about if you have faith that small, you can say to this mulberry tree, uproot yourself and go into the sea. Now, I would probably never have a need to do that, but what he's saying is that we can ask for big things, even if we have little faith. And here's the thing, I don't want to have a lot of faith in something small. I want just my small faith to be in something so big, which is God. And that's what he's saying. Our faith compared to him is nothing. So even if we have the smallest faith, and some days I feel like that, right? Some days, don't you think you kind of have more faith? You have big faith, but some days I'm like, my faith is so small, but I'm still going to believe in my big God. And when we take our small faith and put it in a big God, miracles can happen. So I hope today that you know that we need to forgive people all the time, as many times as needed, and also that we all have faith, and even if your faith is as small as a mustard seed, that you can do great things for God. So I hope you have a good day believing in your small faith in a big, big God, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for more Harmony of the Gospels. You can get your own copy of A Blended Harmony of the Gospels by The Chosen simply by going to thechosengifts.com. There you can find all kinds of wonderful merchandise to help build your faith this year. Be sure to check out their devotionals and their Bible studies. Have a blessed day.